red card, we're done. Thank you.
Hello, good evening, and thank you for being here this evening, ladies and gentlemen, worthy other candidates. You'll have to excuse my makeshift sign. The real signs are still at the printer. So, just to let you know, you're probably doing a mental W5. Who is this guy? Why is he here? What does he represent? So, I'll run through it in that sequence. It makes sense. Who am I? Well, I live in Ward 1. I have no political affiliations, past or current, and if elected, I will resign my current role to devote all energies to being your counselor. To summarize, I have 30 years senior sales and marketing management experience in Canada, primarily working with and supporting independent business people. So I understand their wants, needs, and priorities. Companies I've worked for, such as Hoover, Toshiba, Sanyo, titles I've held: regional sales manager, national sales and marketing manager, director of the consumer electronics division. Most recently with Optima Projectors, I was national sales manager of government, education, and corporate. So I have firsthand knowledge of government, education, procurement, and policy procedures. What does this mean to you? I have acquired a wealth of professional business acumen, communication, negotiation, and relationship skills. So I'm prepared to speak on your behalf effectively and professionally in order to get the job done. For the last 4 years, I have been the super of a 300-unit residential and commercial building in Ward 1, dealing with conflict resolution and problem-solving issues of a small community. Would now like to do the same for a larger one. I use the expression, I listen, because it's very important. I learned years ago as a sales rep and later as a manager coaching salespeople to shut up and listen. People will tell you their wants, needs, priorities if you just listen to them, and I intend to do that. Last Sunday, I had the campaign launch fundraiser at the Port House featuring a 10-piece band, Pretzel Logic. Great night. We gave my supporters fabulous entertainment value for their money. I'm no stranger to events such as this, as I have organized trade shows and events across Canada, plus in US and Europe. As I said earlier, been listening to voters' concerns. At my daughter's suggestion, we put a suggestion box at Sunday's event. And I have brought the same box along tonight. So I will put it at the back table later on.
3 minutes?
3 minutes, thank you. So please feel free to contribute ideas. Concerns I've received vary by region, but a similar main concern: traffic. Both now as Lakeshore is a mess and future once new mega projects come on board. People are dreading how they'll get around 5 years from now. I love Jim Tovey's plans and foresight for the Lakeside project. But the traffic implications for this and the West Village project are very concerning. Yes, I have some new ideas: short-term fixes, long-term remedies. A lot of short-term can be fixed with paint and signs, creating one-way streets, left, right-hand turns. One of the simplest traffic remedies is to move the bus stops to the far sides of the intersections. As it is now, 50% of the time they are stopped at green lights. Traffic backs up behind them, plus no one can make a right-hand turn. Then as the bus is ready to move, the light turns red. So nobody moves. Jim, at a BIA meeting a couple of years ago, advocated Port Street 4 lanes with a new bridge connecting it. I like it. We have to ensure that the pedestrians' needs are considered in all future traffic plans.
And time.
Thank you.
Well, good evening, everyone. First, I would like to thank the three homeowners associations for coming together and hosting tonight's All Candidates meeting. I sincerely appreciate the work the associations put in each and every year to make our community a better place. Is that not working? Way to make it even better. It's also really nice to be here in the Carmen Corbasson Community Center, honoring our former Ward 1 councillor. And of course, let me express again my sincerest condolences on the passing of Councillor Jim Tovey earlier this year. We all know that has been a tremendous loss for our community. And thank you, Dave Cook, for stepping up and offering to serve as our interim councillor. As well, I want to thank and express appreciation to the other 7 candidates in the Ward 1 race. I commend you on putting your name forward to serve. I was raised in Applewood Acres, and I have fond memories of growing up in such a family-centered community. Applewood, Sherway, and Orchard Heights were communities specifically built around the family, and as I canvass the neighborhoods, I see that it remains. It has been great to connect with many families I have known for years, attended local schools with them or their children, and reminisce. There is no question that this has had an immense influence in my decision to be in public service, both as a longtime community volunteer in Mississauga and serving the people directly as a member of Parliament. There is simply no greater calling than to offer oneself in public service. As we all know, we will be electing a new councillor in Ward 1 on October the 22nd. We need to continue to have experienced and effective representation of the City of Mississauga and Region of Peel. Our new councillor must be ready on day 1 to ensure that the gains we have made and the work that is still to be done get accomplished. I believe I have the strongest background both inside and outside of government, a record of service directly at Mississauga City Hall through 7 years on the Committee of Adjustment, and the respect and rapport with the other members of council to get things done for Ward 1. As the founding chair of Safe City Mississauga, I've worked on crime prevention and community safety solutions. As a member of the Mississauga Traffic Safety Council, I have worked to make our streets and our school zones safer. I have served on the Mississauga Library Board, the Mississauga Sports Council, and the Mississauga Arts Council, supporting important community services that we cherish and share. My work on the Mississauga Food Bank Board and Pathways Community Developments has supported many families struggling with food and housing affordability. I've consistently, year after year, supported dozens of organizations and agencies serving us in Mississauga and Peel. For more than 35 years, my track record for community service is my distinct honor. I am running to be your new councillor for Ward 1 because experience and commitment is needed to continue to move things forward. Issues around infill development, the future of our waterfront, affordable housing, traffic and congestion, and property tax pressures require a proven leader going forward. On October 22nd, vote Brad Budd so we can continue to accomplish great things together. Thank you.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
There you go.
All right, we're good.
Okay.
Good evening. I'd like to thank the Applewood Acres Homeowners Association, the Sherway Homeowners and Recreation Association, and the Orchard Heights Homeowners Association for hosting this all candidates meeting this evening. I'm Stephen Dasko, and I have decided to put my name forward to run for council here in Ward 1. My background is in business, as I was an investment advisor for 14 years. I was chief of staff to a member at Queen's Park, and presently the Chief Operating Officer at ASI Technologies, a software development firm. I'm born here and raised I'm born and raised here in Ward 1, and my wife and family, we live here. I am extremely passionate about our community and believe that through collaboration, we can make our ward even better. Over the past 2 terms, I think we've been under the right path under our former councillor and my friend, Jim Tovey. I had the privilege to co-manage both of Jim's campaigns, and I was looking forward to doing that again. Sadly, this was not to be. If I am fortunate to have earned your vote and become your councillor for Ward 1, I will work tirelessly as the new advocate for Ward 1. For me, this is about the future of Ward 1. I put my papers in on May 1st because for me it was about Ward 1 or Ward none. I do believe that we are at a significant turning point in our ward. The Dixie interchange by the Ministry of Transportation and its impacts on the community, the implementation of the waterfront plan, the environment, infill construction, the implementation of the LRT, road safety are just a few issues that I feel are most critical. Some of my beliefs I hold near to me is that we are not against development as long as it's responsible development. And that means that there must be a good neighbor construction policy for developments in our existing neighborhoods. We also know that there is one taxpayer and we need to maximize every dollar through such things as implementing asset management for our roads and other infrastructure in the city and regional level. A responsible fiscal stewardship approach would also keep taxes at or below the rate of inflation. We need to protect our existing neighborhoods as they are our communities. We need to keep an open mind towards what the future brings so that we can collectively enhance our community. Ensuring safe communities across our ward and ways to keep the community engaged. If elected, I propose to establish a community advisory committee comprised of the ratepayer groups of Applewood, Sherway, and Orchard Heights to ensure the neighborhoods get the priority and attention that they deserve. In addition, seniors must be protected, ensuring that we do whatever we can to look after them and find ways to keep them in their homes as long as possible.
3 minutes.
Some new, fresh, innovative ideas are also needed in our neighborhoods, looking into testing out new traffic calming measures like 3D paint for crossing walks, ensuring sustainable communities, and looking at how to offer affordable and attainable housing. We must also continue to work with and foster our business and our arts communities as key pillars of development and sustainability. Moving forward, we need to continue to be collaborative, bold, and innovative, recognizing that as long as we're on the right path and we manage our projects effectively and diligently, the best is yet to come for Ward 1. Thank everybody for coming out tonight to our all candidates meeting, and I look forward to the meeting ahead. And I ask on October 22nd, you vote for me, Stephen Dasko. Thank you very much.
Thank you all for coming tonight. I live in Lakeview, and my family's been here for more than 20 years. It's where my son was born, and it's where my heart has always been. We're all tremendously lucky to live in Mississauga, a community of natural beauty and recreational opportunities, one that values local, family-run businesses, a community where we know our neighbors. I've always been a community-minded person. During my career in financial services, working with organizations such as RBC, Royal Bank, and CIBC, I was at my happiest working with small business owners and local chambers of commerce across Ontario. But as satisfying as this was, I've had more fun and made a bigger difference in the past 5 years since I threw myself into community service, helping to organize events like the Dam's coldest night of the year. I've also worked with non-profits like Heritage Mississauga and Colour Rose Love, to name a few, to help them navigate the municipal landscape. I also became involved in municipal, provincial, and federal politics, developing relationships across our city. But my favorite has always been municipal politics. Do you know why? No parties, no partisanship, just well-meaning people working together to build a better community. It's about our everyday lives. Municipal government is what you see when you walk out the door. It's the snow being cleared, it's the garbage being picked up. Fundamentally, it's about providing services, not playing politics. I've worked with Liberals and Conservatives, unions and business groups, developers and ratepayers associations. I'll work with anyone who loves our city and wants to work hard to help it thrive and prosper. A few years ago, my involvement with the Rotary Club of Mississauga and the Rotary Club of Mississauga West led to me taking leadership of their AMCON Mississauga Rotary Rib Fest. This annual fundraiser supports over 25 local charity groups, and planning it is a year-round job. From volunteers and vendors to sponsorship and sanitation, it's a lot of balls to keep in the air. And I'm particularly proud that this year we were able to move Rib Fest from Celebration Square to Port Credit. It was a lot of work to ensure the move went smoothly, and although some were skeptical, by working with the community, we were able to bring a great event to Ward 1. That's who I am, and that's why I believe I'm the right choice to serve as your voice on council, and to ensure the critical work happening in Ward 1 turns out as well in real life as the community plans so many of us have worked on. We need to get serious about Ward 1's transit needs. The Hurontario LRT won't make a dent in Ward 1's infrastructure needs, whether it's dedicated business buses or light rail, or even asking the TTC to extend its streetcar lines into Mississauga. We need to get Ward 1 moving and address our east-west challenge. We also need to ensure Ward 1 remains an affordable place to live, especially for our seniors. Housing affordability is a major issue in Ward 1, and we cannot afford to see young families and our seniors priced out of our community. It will take all levels of government working together to address housing affordability, but the leadership needs to come from us here. It's building in a way that allows more people to live here while keeping our community character intact. It's ensuring that new development uses tools such as a mix of market and subsidized rent to cater to all of our families. And it's ensuring that there is safe, affordable housing for our seniors along with the services they need. And tying it all together is how we manage this growth. We value our community spirit in Ward 1, and it's that same community spirit that is pulling so many new families into our community. Because growth is good, but only if it's managed and on our terms. How we manage this growth, how we ensure we have the services like robust policing to support it. These are the challenges your next councillor will face. If we're to meet the challenges facing our community, it's going to take someone with a strong voice, someone with contacts at all levels of government, someone who has demonstrated she can take on big jobs and succeed, someone with a reputation for bringing diverse voices together and ensuring everyone at the table is valued and heard, someone who's on the other end of the phone or ready to meet for coffee when a resident needs help. My friends, my experience shows that I am that candidate. And that's why I'm asking for your support to be your next councillor for Ward 1.
Hello. Good evening, everyone. I was born and raised in Ward 1 by Sherway and the Etobicoke. And I'm very close to the understanding of the environment. I'm sorry, is this not loud enough? No. Oh, okay. Well, anyhow, I live by the Etobicoke watershed, and